This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by the following.
Flicka's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicka's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. And hello, Tiger fans. Thank you for logging on to NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by Keys Automotive Services. I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kinsley Keys, broadcasting live from Walker's Dairy Bar. So, it's the same show, but a different sport, as we're covering NEJ basketball now. So, this is our first episode of NEJ Tiger Talk, but this is what we're going to consider the second week broadcast, considering I was still following NEJ Tiger football for week one. So now, I'll be talking with NEJ Tiger head basketball coach Kyle Robinson every week, along with the Scenic Productions LLC Player of the Week. But before we get started, I must thank Mr. William Walker and his amazing staff here at Walker's Dairy Bar for continuing to welcome our broadcaster every week to help support the NEJ Tiger basketball team. Well, to get the show started, by first welcoming the Northeast Jones Tigers' new head basketball coach. Head basketball coach Kyle Robinson. Well, Coach Robinson, considering the situation of this being Scenic Productions LLC's first basketball coaches show and your first season as a Northeast Jones Tigers head basketball coach, it's only right that you introduce yourself. So start by telling us where you're from, your playing and coaching experience, and anything else you'd like our listeners to know about you.
Yes, well, I was born right here, Jones County, attended Powers Elementary till the 5th grade. Had the opportunity. My father had the opportunity to move to Philadelphia, coach, and get in administration. And that's where I graduated. Played 4 different sports there, including basketball. Of course, that was my favorite, even though I was probably a little better in baseball. But I was all district in basketball as well. And from there, I went to Mississippi State, got the opportunity to work with Coach Stansberry. Learned a lot about toughness, taking that from a leadership role, working with kids, all the way from youth kids in camp, working with D1, SEC, all SEC, even an All-American while I was there. And then I started coaching at George County. I got the opportunity on the coast from there. Was a head coach at Seminary. Then I moved back to the coast at Pascagoula, where I worked with Coach Ron Norman, and then East Central the last couple of years, and then full circle back here in Jones County in Northeast.
Wow, that's quite a track record you got there, Coach. You must have got a pretty good memory, memorize all that type of stuff. But, I mean, that's a very impressive track record there. Clearly just from that, you have quite the credentials. So, first off, talk about how it was when you first met your team and what you feel their receptiveness and attitude towards you was.
Well, as any adult knows, it's kind of hard to handle change. So especially with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, they had to adjust to change. Not real sure how it was before, but everybody's a little different. And then even a kid from year to year is different, whether, it's their inside game, their outside game, just growing and maturing, working with others. So, I mean, you deal with change every day. But, worked hard this summer. We grew. We got better in fall camp. Right here before the season.
All right. So, what was your message to the team as far as roles and expectations?
Well, champions are champions long before they hoist the trophy. It's whether it's hard work or acting right, everything you do. Where high school kids, you got elementary kids looking up to you. You got middle school kids looking up to you. So you got to be a champion in everything from the classroom, the hallway. How do you interact with others? Champions are champions long before they do it. So just the rules and expectations, expect, have your grades up. I can work with one elf as long as that elf's going up, but two, you got to sit. You get in trouble, the whole team runs. Like Quandare's here, he's ran for other kids getting in trouble. That just kind of, you build that responsibility where you're accountable to your teammates, and that also builds leadership. He gets tired of running for somebody else. It's time for him to step up and be a leader. It's like, come on, we got to do better than this.
Definitely understand that. Well, Coach, it's great to have you here to lead the Tigers on the hardwood, and myself as well as the NEJ Tiger community have great expectations for the team and are confident you can continue the NEJ Tigers winning tradition. Well, let's focus on the season. The Tigers are now 4 games into the season, owning a 1-3 record, I believe, after defeating Heidelberg with their buzzer beater by Mackenzie Frazier. But falling to St. Andrews, Laurel, and last night at Wayne County. So talk about your thoughts about the team and their performance during this early portion of the season.
Well, I let them know what they were getting into early on, that every team on our schedule made the playoffs last year. Some made trips to Jackson, but you want to be a champion, you got to play like champions. You got to play against champions. Well, we've had games, Laurel and Wayne County, where we played a great 24, 25 minutes, but the whole game is 32 minutes. We got to finish. We got to understand, that like Wayne County, we were leading going into the fourth quarter, but they had an extra gear, and championship teams do that. And that's the expectation. We just got to get there.
I definitely understand that. It's kind of like a growing thing. It's a lot of firsts here for you. I mean, first season here. I mean, I'm sure you're probably still getting settled in, getting used to everything, everybody, and definitely that's like you were saying before. It's just a transitioning thing, and you're just having to get used to things. But once you get settled in, I mean, things will start coming together. But talk about your starting lineup and what you feel each one's specialty is.
Well, as a point guard, I'll start with the 1 and go down to the 5. But Mackenzie Frazier's our starting point guard. And he's averaging, putting up about 15. I think he's had a season high about 23, I believe it was this year. He's quick. He's explosive. He understands when to go, where to go. He faced a run and jump team last night. I thought he handled it pretty well. Our 2-man is Davion Jefferson. He handles the ball well. Last night he shot it extremely well. He's kind of the quiet leader. He's probably our most sound, dependable guy. He's about it. He does it by example. He's real quiet. So then our 3-man is A.J. Young. He's probably the complete opposite of that, which is good. You need to have all different kind of personalities on your team. He started off the season on fire. He had a game where he didn't score, but he's a physical guard, and he helps us with that matchup because he's probably our most physical guard. He's got to handle those big wings. And our 4-man, starting right now, is right next to me, Quandarius Shelby. He's had a season high of 18, but he's been consistent. Like his low, I think, was 10 points last night, and we just got to do a better job and make sure we find him in crucial situations of the game. Just when those teams get up and down, run and jump, we need to slow it down, make sure we get the ball inside and execute. And I thought that's kind of when Wayne County went on the run, we got away from running the set plays that we were trying to run for him. But he stepped it up on the defensive end. Like even when your shot's not falling, you got to understand, get your game going on the defensive end, and then it'll flow back on offense. And our starting 5-man right now is Jawad Jones. He's one of our 2 seniors. Usually when you transition from sport to sport, you got to get your basketball legs on you. But I think he's just going hard. He's not worried about basketball legs. He just goes hard. He gets all those dirty points. He protects the rim, does all the little things. He's gonna get in the flow. But that's our starting 5. You can pretty much look at all 5 of them and understand these guys are starting because they're all physical. They like to take the physicality that I want our whole team to understand.
And that's when you talk about all these different types of personalities that your players have. That's very important to have. You have to have that different type of variation. I mean, you can't. Everybody can't be quiet. Everybody can't be talkative. You have to have somebody that's is going to be quiet and listen. Sometimes you have to have that person that is that vocal leader. So the fact that you have different types of personalities, but I mean they're all beneficial to the team. So that's that's a blessing to have. Well, finally, as every coach knows, senior leadership is important. Talk about the seniors you have in the privilege of coaching in what will be you guys' only season together.
Right. I spoke about Jawad in our starting five. Our other senior, or one of our two, is Jalen Hudson. He's a wing. He's what I said about getting basketball legs under him. He played wide receiver, played a little bit of DV on the football field. So it's a whole different mindset of like the continuation running you do in basketball as opposed to going hard 5 or 6 seconds and then getting a 20-second break. It's a whole lot different condition, and that's where he's got to understand. He's got to get those legs back in a different kind of shape. But this summer he shot extremely well. I know he's kind of been inconsistent early on, but that's going to get there. It's understanding that it's a long season. You don't want to peak too early anyway. But I'm real proud of Jalen. I think he's going to step up and be a key factor for us.
Exactly, and you mentioned those players that's coming from football straight into the hardwood. I mean, that I could imagine. I mean, that's a different type of physicality. Some may not take the transition as easily as other players, but hats off to those guys. Jawad Jones, Jalen Hudson, Jalen Naylor, and Cody Hyatt. All those those guys that came from football. So I'm looking for great things from everybody on the team, but especially those guys as coming from football. But all right. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for filling us in. As there's a lot of newness with the men's basketball program at Northeast Jones, but I'm sure things will settle in and come together as the season progresses. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll hear from our Scenic Productions LLC Week 2 Player of the Week forward Quandarius Shelby. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by the following.
Flicker's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040 EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicker's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. And welcome back to NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and powered by Keys Automotive Services, specializing in foreign and domestic services. Well, before the break, we heard from new Northeast Jones Tigers head basketball coach Kyle Robinson. So now we shift our attention to the Scenic Productions LLC Player of the Week for Week 2, Quandarius Shelby. Well, Quandarius, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right. Now, is it okay if I call you Quan?
Yes, sir. You okay? Call me Quan. You call me Quan.
Okay. Now, well, Quan, as I did for Coach Robinson, will you introduce yourself to our listeners and tell where you're from, your basketball background, and any more interesting things about yourself you'd like for our listeners to know, like about your favorite professional or collegiate basketball player, anything you'd like our listeners to know.
My name is Quandarius Shelby. I'm from Law, Mississippi. I was born, I grew up on the west side, really a Law, over there by Law Middle School. I ain't really started playing basketball till I was like about the 6th grade, 7th grade. And, just went up from up there, playing. And my favorite college team, Villanova, favorite professional player is